want to tell you, yesterday, the day that Shakespeare was both born and died, this is too weird. It's almost like a Twilight Zone picture. I got a hair up my hiney. I said, you know what? I want to go see a movie, which is a rarity during the week because I'm so busy. But yesterday, you know what? I coined a phrase. Some days are plowing, some days are sailing. And I can tell you right now, yesterday was a plow day. And I just, I said, I want to go see a movie. And there's a movie at the Esquire movie theater called Coriolanus. And I didn't realize that it was actually a Shakespeare movie. And it was one of those like modern adaptations of Coriolanus. And I want to tell you, my good buddy Rob Gold and I went to see the movie, 7:10 showing Esquire Theater. And I tell you right now, between seeing that movie, nothing like Shakespeare, and listening to some feel-good song, you know what I'm going to start doing? For now on the way in here, I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to listen to anything but my – it gets me pumped up when I listen to my music. I come in here all fired up. And I came up with another great idea. I'm going to tell you more about Coriolanus in a minute. Here's some of the lines. I actually – here's the kind of geek I am. I actually typed these into my phone because I didn't want to forget them. Every gash an enemy's grave. Ho, ho, ho! See, Coriolanus had like 25 scars on his body from all his battles in the service of Rome. And one of his supporters told his son, every gash an enemy's grave. How about this? There is no more mercy in him than milk in a male tiger. That's good stuff.
Milk in a male tiger.
Do you know the story of Coriolanus?
No.
I'm going to tell you the story of Coriolanus.
I thought it was a Billy Joel song.
Bulldog Nation needs to have some Shakespeare today. Here's the scoop. Coriolanus, his name was Gaius Martus. He goes and he fights for Rome. And he kills all of Rome's enemies. And he's, by the way, played by Ralph Fiennes. Okay. Ralph Fiennes. Is that how you pronounce his name? Ralph Fiennes. Yeah, okay, so he's killing all of his enemies. And his main enemy is Gerard Butler, who plays Phidias. Okay? And he beats all his enemies, so they make him consul. But when Coriolanus becomes consul, two of these politicians turn the people against him. So he says, to hell with you, and the people exile him. So Coriolanus hooks up with Gerard Butler of Phidias and comes and conquers Rome. He conquers them. They ban him. He goes, okay, then I'm going to conquer you, and he does. And then when he conquers, Coriolanus' mom, son, and wife beg him to spare Rome. So what does Coriolanus do? He spares Rome, and he makes peace. Then he goes back to Phidias. And what does Phidias and Phidias' men do? They kill Coriolanus.
Oh, no.
It is an awesome movie. And this is all like a modern, adaptation of the Shakespeare play.
Is there no justice?
Oh, my God. And you know what I said? You know what? As time passes in life, as the years go by from Shakespeare to today, humanity doesn't change. The virtues of which we aspire and all of those slings and arrows which we must endure, a little bit of Hamlet there. I'm telling you right now, it never changes. Jealousy, quest for power, ambition, loyalty, disloyalty. I mean, everything that happens in life, man, it's been around forever. And I was thinking about that while I was watching that. And then this morning on the way in, I'm sitting there. I came up with another great idea. I said, some Friday, I'd like to come in here and talk over like the 30 top feel. I'm talking about getting enough feel-good songs strung together for an entire Friday. What do you think about that, Bulldog Nation? We got to talk to program director Rob. But I tell you right now, to string a series of, and this is an example. This morning on the way in here, I'm listening to 2 Tickets to Paradise by Eddie Money. I'm listening to Jungle Love by Steve Miller. Even the Losers Get Lucky Sometimes by Tom Petty. And then this song here, Bryan Adams, When You're Gone. And I'm sitting, this isn't even the feel-good song. And I thought to myself, man, I am ready to do some radio. See, this is why we do Feel Good for you.
To make you feel good.
To make you feel good. Crank this up, TC. Now, I want to just critique rock stations. All right? They always say, oh, they're competing against the iPhone. I disagree. If they would play the music that makes you feel good instead of songs that don't make you feel good and they're just noise, they could build an audience, especially if they had some fun DJs commenting about the music.
All over the music. Commenting all over the music.
All over the music.
You know, this is hard for me. I mean, this is like the 11th commandment. Thou shalt not talk over the song.
I know.
You know, it's so hard.
Because you're a traditional DJ.
I am, you know.
But tell me this, it's got melody to it, man. Makes you feel good. It's the kind of thing that you're beating your hand on the steering wheel as you're driving down. I mean, I try to tune into some other radio stations, and I'm telling you, the music sucks.
Yeah, well, you know, I have a question about Bryan Adams. How old was he in the summer of 69?
I don't know how old he was, but there's another great tune right there, Summer of 69.
What, he's probably like 8, maybe? I don't know.
Who knows?
Great song.
Hey, TC, I'm gonna make everybody. You know, one way to make yourself feel better is to relish other people's misery.
Well, yeah.
John Edwards in a poll, according to CBS News, New York Times poll, John Edwards has a 3% favorable rating.
Wow. Wow.
I'll bet you.
Who are those
3%? Hey, I'd like to know what Charlie Manson's is. 3%?
Charlie's one that says, that guy's not so bad.
3%. Ladies and gentlemen of the American jury, if you're feeling down today, just remember 3% think John Edwards is a favorable dude.
I'm telling you, that'd be the perfect ticket, okay? Because having these two guys.
Edwards Manson.
I was thinking Edwards.
Who's on top of the ticket?
I was thinking maybe Newt and Edwards.
Newton Edwards.
Because they wouldn't have the morality thing to argue because neither one of them, I mean, you know, we could just
They both were having fun when their wives were.
Exactly. So they'd have to focus on the issues, you know?
Oh.
They wouldn't have, there'd be nothing else to talk about.
Let's make the Republicans mad with a great quote from Harry Truman, one of my favorite Democrats. A leader in the Democratic Party is a boss. In the Republican Party, he's a leader. Isn't that true? Democratic Party, he's the boss of the party. Republican, he's the leader of the party.
That's true.
Harry Truman, baby. I challenge any Republicans to take on my good buddy Harry Truman. By the way,
there's a feel-good song.
The guy that I went to the movie last night with is a real intellectual, smart guy who actually went to MIT and Harvard. No kidding. And he's liberal. He says he's never met a Republican he likes. And I asked him, I says, well, Rob, you're a smart guy. You come on the radio and let's have a debate. And he said he would. And listen, in our first segment, I got to share some emails from callers. This is from Bulldog Nation member Jack. Tell your caller, Glenn, you're getting emails from Bulldog Nation members request you no longer take his calls since he's 100% pro-Obama. The Bulldog members listen to Bulldogs. They don't have to hear the closed-minded chatter of an ignorant Obama liberal.
Ouch.
Glenn, Jack doesn't love you. Dwayne Ryder says he used to rock with you, dude.
Yeah,
TC.
yeah, he called yesterday. I talked to him.
Said Tombstone, the most underrated movie of all time. I don't know why he said that, but I agree with you. Tombstone's on my top 10 list.
Now, that guy, we worked together years. That's a funny, funny guy.
Bulldog Nation member Becca. Actually, the super PACs can't pay off candidates' debt. About that. This is Bulldog Nation member Jack. He's apparently running for office. What the Kentucky bar is doing to you is the same thing Newport's doing to me. Bulldog Nation member Robert. If Hamilton County is serious about crime, skip the lab, build a jail.
Nice.
Bulldog Nation member, this is no kidding, Sheesh. Attila. She says that she made a comment about Attila dying from a nosebleed to somebody, to some Hungarian, and they got mad. I don't know. I don't know what the connection is between Hungary and Attila, but that was apparently an issue.
Really? I don't know.
We have lots of people that follow us. Quote of the day. Oh, I already did quote of the day. This day in history, the patent was granted for the first soda fountain, and there goes the corn syrup, and there goes our weight. Winston Churchill was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II. Let me see. IBM introduced a PC computer. That was in 1981. Sad to report military death. Staff Sergeant Joseph Fankhauser, 30, of Mason, Texas, in Afghanistan. God bless him and his family, the Guard, the Air Force, the Army, the Navy, the Marines. We come back. We're going to do some pop culture for you. The Bulldog on Real Talk 1160.
Coming up in just about 10 minutes, it's Bill O'Reilly's Talking Points at 7:28 this morning on Real Talk 1160. And now back to the Bulldog.
It's Eric Deters, the Bulldog on Real Talk 1160. We're an American band. Right, here's a song. Cowbell. By the way, I think this would be one of my songs. Of course, I picked out the bumper music.
It's no fair. You already picked this one out.
All them Chiquitas in Omaha. Man, that's a phrase.
How about all those Chiquitas? Oh, that's right. Chiquita's leaving, aren't they?
Chiquita. There's no more Chiquita
Oh, well.
in Cincinnati. Well, bananas-wise, I don't know.
Unfortunately.
I'm not like you. What's it like out there in Cincinnati? You know, Cincinnati is apparently a bad town to be single. All these studies show. I don't know why that is.
Why? You know what? I'm worried about myself now because you're the second person. My daughter said something. You know, she's studying health and nutrition. She goes, Daddy, statistics show that people who live by themselves don't take care of themselves as well. They don't eat healthy. They don't. I said, honey, I do all that stuff. She's like, but I'm worried about you.
You eat oatmeal every darn morning, and John
bananas.
Wooden did that and lived to be 99.
Now I'm working on that.
0.9.
I'm working on that. I don't know if I want to do 3 digits, but I could work till 99.
Ladies and gentlemen of the American jury, you're going to love the Feel Good song. It's one of the top 2 cruise songs of all time, along with Ace Frehley, New York Groove. Here we go.
Now, are we?
No, we're not going to do it now.
Okay.
Pop culture's now, baby. Fox, The Simpsons, at the end of their show, they said, congratulations, Fox, on 25 years. We still love you. And then they put this. This doesn't include Fox News. You wouldn't think The Simpsons would like Fox News.
You think they're leaning to the left over there?
But by the way, ladies and gentlemen of the American jury, let me tell you about my well-roundedness. I watch Fox News all the time, and I don't like everything Fox News does. I'm an independent thinking kind of guy. Like, I still say the morning crew are a bunch of nitwits. I mean, they don't know much about anything. Kim Kardashian, from wearing earrings with Kanye West's initials. She is, according to the Huffington Post. I say, who cares? She'll be mayor of Glendale. ER star Noah Wiley was arrested in D.C. He's members of the group ADAPT were urging Congress not to cut Medicaid. Should have had some guns. Maybe they weren't going to be arrested. And I complain about all the country music awards. Guess what? CMT Music Awards. That's 5 now, coming up June 6th in Nashville. Miranda Lambert and Carrie Underwood lead all the nominations. Does the country music stars ever get tired of giving each other awards? I guess not. Let me see here. Ryan Seacrest signs a deal. 2-year deal, $30 million to stay on American Idol. $15 million a year after he pays his 33% in taxes. He'll only clear $10 million a year for doing that.
That's it?
That's it. Let me see here. Jennifer Hudson testified in that Chicago trial, that relative that died. And that's your pop culture report today. I've already mentioned that John Edwards is only viewed favorably by 3%. They must have polled people in prison, too. I mean, who views John Edwards favorably? 3%.
I'm trying to figure out who those 3% would be.
In local news, Western Southern Tennis Open executives said that the 10-day August event brought in $62.5 million in local economy. We like Western and Southern. All right, movie credits to the Ohio economy. Apparently, the tax credits have cost the state some $30 million so far and provided 1,100 full-time jobs since 2009. They think it's a positive break. How about this? Commissioner Todd Portunis told department heads to stick to their budgets after $3.2 million in overspending has occurred. Simon Lease has occurred the most. He's retiring. He says, I'm going to spend before I go. Alexandria Super PAC, Americans for Growth, Opportunity, and Prosperity. They're on board with Thomas Massey for Kentucky's 4th congressional seat. I predict Thomas Massey will win.
That's your guy, isn't it?
It's my guy. Let me see. Cincinnati Police Chief James Craig told City Council Monday night if it is serious that they are serious about reducing violent crime, he suggests investment in youth programs and reentry programs. I get tired. It's always the same thing over and over again. But I guess you got to keep trying. Public meetings are scheduled for tonight in Queensgate and Wednesday evening in Covington on the design for the new bridge. You know what? You want to talk about, they talk about the bridge. They've been talking about the bridge forever, design. They don't have any money to build the bridge. It's a waste of everybody's time. trial update. Get this. Nate Webster's brother-in-law testified that the 15-year-old girl was Webster's marijuana supplier. Oh. Webster's wife took the stand, claiming the car allegedly involved was not in Cincinnati during the time of the alleged events. And another witness testified that the victim accused her own father of sexual abuse. Maybe Nate's gonna be not guilty.
Maybe that's why he didn't want to take a deal. Now, see, what did we say yesterday? Is it possible that she could be lying? What reason would she have? Now it makes sense.
That's why you got to always listen to the other side of the story.
That's right, right.
In sports news, the big news, the big news is the draft coming up Thursday night. The Bengals have 2 first-round picks, the 17th and the 21st. They have 3 in the 5th round on Saturday. Listen to this. Aroldis Chapman has pitched 10 1/3 innings, has allowed only 3 hits, no runs. He's walked 2 and struck out 18.
Whoa. So why aren't they winning? Why don't they just let him pitch every day?
Why don't they let him pitch? Why don't they let him pitch every 4th day anyway?
Your arm's fine. Get out there.
The New Orleans Saints, besides the problems they're having with the bounties on people's heads, they have denied the general manager was eavesdropping on coaches' boxes during 2002 to 2004. That would be a little helpful. You're listening to the offense and defensive coordinators tell his team what to do from the booth. They've denied that.
Right. Of course they did. They had to.
That's all it's in sports. It's worth reporting.
All the sports that sports.
All the sports that sports. You know, sometimes hockey, by the way, there's nothing like playoff hockey. And in the internal words of the slap shot movies.
Yeah.
Old-time hockey. Let's play some old-time hockey. There's nothing like old-time hockey.
Is that like old-time rock and roll?
The Hanson twins, baby. Don't you love that movie, Slapshot, James Caan and the Hanson twins? Old-time hockey. Yeah, let's play some old-time hockey. The Hanson brothers. They weren't the Hanson twins. They were Hanson brothers.
Hanson.
They big old black Buddy Holly-looking glasses. You know, back in the day, they didn't wear helmets.
They probably should have.
Old-time hockey, no helmets, baby. Old-time hockey. Did you see those bras? Remember those bras that they had? Yeah. Paul Newman. It was Paul Newman. It's Paul Newman, not James Caan. That one fight where everybody's fighting. I mean, both teams, the entire teams are fighting. Old-time hockey. You know that's the problem in the world today?
We don't have enough
old-time hockey. Everybody's a wimp. We need to bring back old-time hockey.
Now you watch. Kids are going to go home and start beating each other to death.
Hey, I'll go with this, Pete. Bulldog Nation could lead this. Everybody puts on an old-time hockey jersey and goes whales on somebody. Isn't there a movie out about bullying being a problem? I'm not advocating. I'm not advocating bullying. All right.
This might stop bullying. You know?
I just want old-time hockey.
If you are being bullied, you walk around with a hockey stick.
We gotta find that clip in a break if you got a chance. We gotta find the clip. Yeah. Old-time hockey.
The funny part is they just look like losers. They beat everyone up.
The Hanson brothers, baby. Oh, it's a heart. We don't need heartache. We need old-time hockey on real. We found the solution, America. It's old-time hockey. Eric Deters, the Bulldog on Real Talk 1160. Radio superbity, radio addiction follows radio superbity. TC's trying to find it. Old-time hockey. And Brad here is online. We're going to get a Chiefs Bulldog jersey made up. For me, I'll wear it on my video cast. Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury, there's no sport like hockey. You're allowed to fight. And all you do, you don't get suspended. You just get thrown in the penalty box. Bulldog Nation member Molly asked if that it's a heartache was for the ladies. Yes.
It always is.
Yeah, the Bulldog breaks hearts every day right here on the radio.
Speaking of the ladies,
yes.
Debate on America's Morning News, they were talking about the incident in Colombia, and they're saying, well, this wouldn't have happened if there were more female FBI agents.
Oh, my God. They'd hired female Secret Service would probably hire Colombian gigolos.
Well, you know what? I think I agree, though. Think about it. The guys wouldn't have to hire prostitutes if there were more ladies around.
Women are more responsible than men, let's face it. They just are.
Yes.
They just are. They
pay. That's the thing. They would pay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury, before we get to the serious business of the day,
There's serious stuff today.
We're having fun. And I have a high responsibility because I know many of you I hear from that says that you enjoy the laugh in the morning. I think the all-time greatest cruise song is Ace Frehley, Back in the New York Groove. I mean, that's just every time I hear that song, I want to be driving and cruising. And this is right up there in the top 5 all-time cruise song. This is your feel-good song of the day. Is you're driving in that Cincinnati traffic. It's sniffing tears, driver's seat. 1979. Those of you that are young don't remember this. Check this song out. This is a cruise song, which is your feel-good song of the day. It's for guys and girls.
Brought to you by Green Water.
Brought to you by Green Water. Crank it up, TC. Come what may. He looks like he's stoned. You make good music when you're stoned, I guess.
At least you think you do.
Yes. Yeah, you think you do.
Sounds good to me.
Ooh, that's neat. Little. I wonder how they made that. It was a keyboard.
That was one of what they called a Moog.
Is that called a Moog? I knew you would know that.
Man, those things used to be like computers. You had to have a huge manual to operate them.
We got to change one of these stations down the hall to a rock station, TC. You and I need to take over.
Christian rock.
We'll be the
1050.
general managers. TC and the Bulldog, rock your mornings.
Is that a leisure suit he's wearing?
Oh, check that cat out, man. Shades. Fro going.
Was that Chubby Checker? Or was that guy?
Did look like Chubby Checker. There's that synthesizer.
There, yeah.
Oh, look at his legs.
Whoa.
Oh.
Nice.
My wife would say that had no relevance to the song.
But that was before airbrushing, so those were real.
Real legs.
Everybody's going, shut up, you guys.
Here we go. Listen to the song. Yeah. Here we go. Jenny was sweet. Do you know people are going to be checking this song out today?
They'll
They
be
are.
Googling it. Yeah.
It's in their heads.
A lot of downloads today.
Bulldog Nation member Molly said it's in her head already.
Should be downloading it. Yep.
Bulldog Nation member Chuck still sleeping.
Well, let's wake him up.
Driver's seat. Because we are a PG show on a Christian broadcasting station, I got to ask you a question in code because there's people driving their kids to school.
Okay.
Driver's seat, front seat, back seat. Isn't that all kind of stupid? Like back seat, front seat, right? Front seat. Wait.
Well, I don't know. Back seat, there's no steering wheel.
But come on, front seat, back seat. Who gets in back seat when front seat?
I don't know.
Or driver's seat.
Driver's seat.
Driver's seat.
If you have a tilt
steering wheel's in
wheel.
a driving seat.
Right, right. It's always in the way, though, you know?
Yep.
All right, the kids can listen again, right?
Bulldog Nation member Chuck does not like this song. He better be careful or we're going to give him. Now, I promised him I would never jackwagon him.
Okay. What a lovely song.
That was a lovely song.
Chuck, thank you for your dedication. And now back to the countdown. Number 21.
You know what today is, TC?
I know what today is supposed to be.
It's primary day for Connecticut, Delaware, New York, Pennsylvania, and Rhode Island. Do you think Santorum can pull them out?
He did the wise thing. He made the smart move.
Now,
He's going to save face.
now get this. Romney campaign in Pennsylvania Monday. That was yesterday. Bringing along Marco Rubio. Now, just think. I'm thinking to myself, Why would he take Rubio to Pennsylvania? This is called a test trip. Romney also agreed publicly with Obama's call on Congress to stop the student loan interest rate increase. He's going to pander to the young vote, too. But listen to this. I'll bet you Santorum was steaming. Gosh dang it. And he's got Rubio with him in my state. Steaming. Nah. You're not going to be vice president. You're not going to be vice president.
I think Mitt
Rubio is.
He put billboards up all over the city like that girl whose mom went to be the prom queen. Vote for me.
Hey, now, somebody pointed out on our Facebook that somebody said something about that girl had like mild cerebral palsy. Now, I want to stress this to you, okay? My brother's got cerebral palsy. Man, you still don't put a billboard up.
Right.
In fact, that might destroy her chances because they're going to say, hey, you know, we're going to vote for her, but come on, man, you need to put a billboard up.
Yeah, now it just makes it too, it's a giveaway.
Mom overplayed the cards. And speaking of Newt, listen to this, folks. He hints, like he hasn't already dropped out of the race against his will. He hints he may drop out of the race if he has a poor outcome in Delaware, a state he has actively campaigned. Bulldog note, what happened to the tattoo on his forehead all the way to Tampa? Remember he said, I'm going to put a tattoo on my forehead. I'm in this all the way to Tampa. What's happening, Newt?
I think he means a road trip.
Yes. Rudy Giuliani has endorsed Mitt Romney. You know, I really admire all these people that are coming out and endorsing Romney at this stage of the game. It showed a lot of courage, you know, to go out there on a limb, to walk that plank for Romney. Exactly. Hey, man, Mitt, I was with you all the way. I just thought this would help you the most by holding back until now to endorse you.
Wait until those other guys were gone before I let you know. I'm behind you.
By the way, in the movie Coriolanus, you just hate the politicians that turn the people against him. And get this, when he hooks up with the enemies of Rome and comes attack Rome, the same two idiots are trying to talk these people, you got to go talk to him. You got to go talk to him. And then they're the people that led him to exile. And I'm thinking to myself, politics never changes.
Yeah.
Politics never changes. The underboss of the Bulldog Mafia says, Bulldog Nation, member my butt.
What?
I like teasing Chuck. You know, he doesn't take teasing very well.
Is this isn't our Chuck, is it?
Yeah, it's our Chuck.
Oh, Chuck, the boss Chuck.
The boss Chuck. Not the underboss Chuck.
Not the underboss?
The underboss.
Oh, good morning, underboss.
Gives this from the Huffington Post. Apparently, there's been a study of the media that says Mitt Romney has garnered more favorable media attention than Obama even lately. Bulldog note. Duh! Look at what's going on in the world and the economy in the country. If Obama is still getting favorable news coverage, something is wrong. You know what? This is interesting. Do you know the New York Times? This is incredible. The New York Times editorial page recently wrote that maybe there needs to be more scrutiny of Barack Obama. Wait a minute. That was the sound of me fainting.
Wake up, get up.
I mean, can you imagine the New York, and you know what it is? I think that it's so bad out there. It's like even liberals, even people that generally used to support him are like, sorry, man, you stink so bad. Except George Clooney, who for $3, you can go to his house and have dinner with him and Barack.
Ooh, hey, that's great. Well, you know, the thing is, I'll be honest with you. After the first 100 days, I think the media should be whoever the president is. I think the media should scrutinize every move they make. Give them the first 100 days. Let the movers let them get settled in. You know,
I agree with that.
Set up house. After the first 100 days, you stay on them. You say we put you in this office. We're paying your salary, quite hefty salary at that.
I agree.
We want to know everything you do.
I agree.
I'm going to send that message to Robin Meade.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury, we'll be back with more radio superbity, and we don't care what Chuck thinks of our music on Real Talk 1160. Eric Deters, the Bulldog, on Real Talk 1160. Listen to this song.
You're into the music today, aren't you?
I am just a rock and roll DJ wanting to be.
I saw a funny headline. Rod Blagojevich is washing dishes in prison. I can't picture that.
I can tell you right now, maybe he washes dishes better than he takes orders on The Celebrity Apprentice.
Well, he has no choice.
Rob Blagojevich.
Now, do you have to wear a hairnet when you're in the kitchen doing the dishes?
I hope so.
Because he's got some hair. He's got that Donald Trump hair.
You know, my guess is if you're in prison like that, you just create your own world within that prison. It becomes a different world.
Yeah, pretty sure it does, yeah. You'd have to.
I mean, you just accept it. And I always thought that if I was sentenced to a long term in prison, I would read Shakespeare's complete works and write books, work out, and try to dodge big, big, big men.
Stay away from the sisters.
That could overpower me.
You'd be like Andy in Shawshank Redemption.
Yes.
You know, build up the library.
Build up the library. Speaking of laughs, as you mentioned, how about Joe Biden? At a rally in the Everglades Monday, Joe Biden, our vice president, said that his Secret Service guy, the one who was on the Clemson National Championship team, would shoot the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commissioner, Ronnie Bergeron, if he took him alligator wrestling. He's just joking around. Jeez, oh, Pete, Joe.
I hope so.
Come on, Joe. And he called them Evergators, at Florida Evergators instead of Everglades.
Evergators.
Joe Biden, man, the crazy uncle.
He is.
The crazy uncle.
Now, see, sometimes, I know you're not gonna like this, but wouldn't you like to see Obama get 4 more years just to have Biden around?
No, but I would like to have Joe Biden around 4 more years. Can you imagine Rubio debating Joe?
Well, what I meant to say was that'd be the whole night. What I meant to say was.
All right, a lady bought a new Lexus.
Uh-oh.
It cost a bundle. 2 days later, she brought it back, complaining the radio was not working. Madam, said the sales manager, the audio system in this car is completely automatic. All you need to do is tell it what you want to listen to, and you will hear exactly that. She drove out, somewhat amazed and a little confused. She looked at the radio and said, Nelson. The radio responded, Ricky or Willie. She was astounded. If she wanted Beethoven, that's what she got. If she wanted Nat King Cole, she got it. If she wanted Sniffin' Tears driver's seat, that's what she got. She was stopped at a traffic light enjoying On the Road Again when the light turned green and she pulled out. Suddenly, a big sports utility vehicle, a.k.a. Escalade, coming down the street, was crossing in front of her, speeding. Obviously not paying attention to the light, she swerved and narrowly missed a collision, and she said, My God, I can't stand you. And from the radio came, Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States. Wah, 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 wah.
You love those Obama bashing jokes, don't you?
You know what? That must have been written by a Republican that didn't have a very good talent for writing jokes.
Probably one of those made-up jokes.
I did not proof that joke.
Well.
I want to apologize to Bulldog Nation. I'll make it up to you tomorrow with a good one.
We need to hire someone to screen the jokes from now on. What do you think?
Yes, we do. $10 an hour. If you would like to be the Bulldog Nation joke screener, please send application resumes to eric@ericdeters.com to be the Bulldog Nation member joke screener. Huh? Brad thinks I'll get some emails. You know, William picks out the jokes.
Okay.
Now, it is true that if you send me a joke, I'll forward it to William and say, here, add this.
Okay.
But William is the joke picker-outer, and, you know, I don't know. Maybe William hasn't lived enough life to pick out a joke. Get this. Walmart sales have fallen 12% in Mexico and 4.7% in the U.S. What's going on? Netflix reports a loss in the first quarter. Now, this is a shocker. Barnes & Noble leaps 18%.
Really? Well, they don't have any competition, do they?
No. Borders. They don't have to do a fraud commercial. Borders. Closed. Borders.
Waters. Green water.
You have a green water commercial for us today?
Yeah, we've got a green water, but I want to talk about that Walmart thing because we just briefly mentioned it, and I heard it all over the news yesterday about the bribery thing going on in Mexico.
That is correct.
Yeah, that's going to really
Top House Democrats had announced an investigation and allegation that Walmart's Mexican subsidiary paid bribes to speed permits for new store openings.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. You know what I say?
What's that?
Who cares?
Well,
I mean, who cares?
You've got to follow the rules.
You know, I
gotta
might get
play by the
elected
rules.
president of the United States in 2020 on this platform. I'm throwing out the tax code, and it's going to be nice and simple. You are allowed to lie to Congress because they've been lying to you. And if you bribe foreign officials to build an American factory, who cares? My platform, you need to keep it simple. 3 things.
Yeah.
No more tax code. Who cares?
And lie to Congress.
And you can lie to Congress.
I did not take steroids.
Do you
during
think
my
that's a
Major
winning?
League career.
I think that is a winning presidential platform.
You'll get the Barry Bonds vote.
Absolutely. The Bonds vote, I'll get the Bonds vote. I'll get the Clemens vote, the Bonds vote, the Martha Stewart's vote.
Why are we wasting time putting Roger Clemens through all this? Why are
terrible.
we wasting money with
It's
that?
terrible.
You know, I mean,
terrible.
they're doing him like they're doing you. They didn't like the answer the first time.
Exactly.
Let's bring him back in. Let's try him again.
Exactly. Yesterday we filed, by the way, and tomorrow is my first day back from suspension, except Bar Counsel's messing with me. But yesterday we filed in the Kentucky Supreme Court something I had never done before. It's called an original action in the Kentucky Supreme Court. Now, usually you start out a lower court. It's an original action in the Supreme Court, and we've asked for injunctive relief to stop Bar Counsel from messing with me.
Yeah.
And we'll see if the Supreme Court hears that today. If they don't hear it today, someday soon.
Because they're bullying.
They are bullying.
Yeah.
Bar
And
Counsel
we don't
is
like
bullying.
it. It's not right.
I'm going to tell Jay Garrett he better go watch Coriolanus.
I tell you, the best thing
People-
to do, a peaceful march with the Bengal cheerleaders lead the march.
Bulldog Nation member Chip says, how much vacation time is involved in a joke screener job?
Vacation.
That's great, Chip. That's good stuff. 2 weeks paid.
Yes.
But you have to text from the beach the joke of the day.
Exactly. You have to screen while you're on vacation.
American Airlines mechanics are going to vote on a new offer. The new offer being sent to vote will cut less than 8,500 jobs at the struggling airlines. I mean, they're already in bankruptcy, man. I mean, I don't know. Amazon goes industrial. On Monday, the Seattle-based online retailer launched AmazonSupply.com that sells radiation detectors for environmental testing, industrial cutting tools, janitorial and sanitation. What the heck?
Laverne, Shirley?
Texas Instruments profits fall 60% due to weaker product demand. I remember my first Texas Instruments calculator when I was at Latin school.
Was it a TI-16?
I don't know, but it helped me with trigonometry because it had cosine.
I remember that, yeah.
Cosine. Got like that cosine. I know trig, cosine.
Sine, cosine, tangent.
Tangent, there you go.
was it.
Tangent. Nestle is buying Pfizer's baby food line for $12 billion.
Why?
I don't know, but they like it.
Chocolate baby food.
Unilever is negotiating to build a $100 million palm oil processing plant. Palm oil.
Palm oil.
Palm oil. TC,
Why are you looking at me like that?
100 million. Are you mean to tell me that there's that big of a demand for palm oil?
Well, yeah. Because you can wipe it on your palm.
Palm oil,
no idea.
$100 million deal from Unilever.
There must be something to that. There's some money there somewhere.
Speaking of Roger Clemens, well, we'll talk about Roger Clemens when we come back.
All right.
More radio superbity. We have an hour to go.
And the Huckabee Report.
And the Huckabee Report on Real Talk 1160. Eric Deters, the Bulldog on Real Talk 1160. I got a funny story to tell you. My day in the life of the Bulldog. Yesterday, Larry Forgy was in Franklin Circuit Court for me to tell the judge and bar counsel that we're refiling in the Kentucky Supreme Court. Chuck was delivering papers and making copies. They make 10 copies of something about this thick that we filed in the Supreme Court. I was back at the office monitoring things, and it was just incredible. And Larry Forgy said that you should have seen the lawyer for Bar Counsel's office when he said, well, we have filed a motion for contempt against Bar Counsel. What? What for? Says, filing a false objection against the Bulldog. And we received information from a former director of the Bar Counsel of the Bar Association who said in the history of his service, there are 2 or 3 years, he had never known of such a filing as this jackwagon has filed against me.
Really?
Never. He goes, they never use that. I mean, this guy is so obsessed with me. It is incredible. Let me tell you what's going to happen. He's going to not get the job. See, they're applying for the permanent position. And I'm like, okay, you mess with me, I'm going to mess with you. I wonder what the Supreme Court and the Board of Governors thinks about your conduct in this matter.
He's thinking this is going to be his home run that's going to get him in the majors.
Yeah.
You know?
And I filed a motion for contempt against him. You know, you can't file false things.
Yeah.
He files false stuff.
You know what I think it is?
Anyway, don't worry, Bulldog Nation members. I'll be back in Kentucky very soon, maybe as early as tomorrow.
I know what's going on here. It just hit me. It dawned on me just this very moment. Okay, a few months ago, you remember your friend broke up with you?
Yes.
This guy wants to be your friend. He's jealous, you know? He's trying to ease his way in here. Think about it. When you were a little kid, at school, when you liked a girl, what'd you do? You pulled her hair, right? He's pulling your hair.
No way.
Yeah, he wants to be your buddy.
No way.
He wants to go to the Reds game with you.
Here. I am going to give everybody in Bulldog Nation member a reason to hate Jay Garrett.
No.
Because I checked his Facebook page out. I said, I want to see what this Jack Wagon's all about. Are you ready for this, folks? He's a Steelers fan.
Oh, no. Are you serious?
Yes. TC, I got to talk to you about the Jonathan Edwards trial a little bit more.
Yeah, I want to talk about that.
A key prosecution witness, get this, Andrew Young, might be in trouble because he was talking. Apparently, this is a violation of the law. The last 2 or 3 weeks, he was talking to other witnesses in the case, trying to find out what they were going to say.
Really?
Yeah. But I thought about this, and this is incredible. First of all, this woman that Edwards got, you know, this Rael, how do you pronounce her first name? Riley Hunter. Riley Hunter. You know, she's a piece of work. And I got to ask this question, TC. Why did Edwards have to spend nearly $1 million? Are you kidding me? Why do you need $1 million to keep a woman's secret? Why did she, first of all, either A, why did you do this on your own? Or B, if she's a woman that demanded this, are you kidding me? In other words, who needs $1 million to keep a woman's secret?
He was desperate.
Hotel rooms, first-class travel, private flights. I mean, what a freaking winch.
There must have been some point back on the campaign trail where he thought, I got a shot at this. I cannot let this information get out. And that's what he did.
And these people, what kind of people say, all right, I'll give you money to help shut this woman up? You know what
Unscrupulous. Hell in a handbasket.
Now, how would you, you were talking about old-time hockey, old-time politics, somebody would just get whacked.
Well, you got a point there. Now, if they gave me $1
million.
Look
what the Kennedys did to Marilyn.
Oh, I know.
She just went to sleep.
Yeah. Sad story about Marilyn. Let's have some more chowder.
I mean, this is incredible.
You know, think about
$1 million.
And John Edwards, look at this guy. Perfect hair, perfect teeth. He's got the look. Okay, hi, I want to be your president. And he's shaking hands and smiling and kissing babies, and he's just a sleazeball.
He is a sleazeball.
And all those people that paid that money, they're his sleaze minions.
You know, when I think about it, though, he doesn't deserve to be prosecuted for this. He's just an idiot. Let me see. His wife dies of cancer. He had a son that died of cancer. He loses the election. Not only that, my guess is this is probably going to affect his law license in some way, shape, or form.
He's about as popular as OJ, isn't he?
You know, if you're convicted of a felony, you automatically get your license suspended for practicing law.
Ah, really?
I mean, so if he's convicted, you can kiss that goodbye.
Yep.
Hope he saves some of his money.
I mean, it's not like he's Rod Blagojevich.
Yeah. This is going to get interesting. Bulldog Nation member Amy, who likes the Steelers, says, do not bring the Steelers into this. I want to apologize for all Steelers fans for mentioning Jay Garrett likes the Steelers. Jay Garrett, are you kidding me? Get this, TC, from the New York Times, reported by Jennifer Preston. Several hours after the city manager publicly announced that he had reached an agreement with Chief Bill Lee Jr., to resign over the Sanford Police Department's handling of the Trayvon Martin shooting case, the city commission voted Monday to reject the resignation.
Really?
How do you like that?
No, you want to resign? We're not going to let you. Doesn't that sound familiar to you? Mm-hmm.
And I want to say this about this resignation issue and this whole Trayvon Martin. And I was talking to my buddy Rob last night. I went to see the movie with. I said, Rob, can you imagine? I'm not going to report live on the radio what Bulldog Nation Amy says about Twin Edwards. Wow. It's not nice. Anyway, I was saying to Rob, I says, can you imagine if, let's say, the prosecutor, Rob Sanders in Kenton County, decided, and the police chief in Kenton County and the chief prosecutor decided not to prosecute you, Rob, on a crime. They kind of evaluated the evidence and they said, we're not going to prosecute you, Rob Golden. And then Governor Beshear says, along with Jack Conway, the attorney general, we're going to appoint a special prosecutor to prosecute you. If you're Rob Golden, you're like, what? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. They said I was in the clear. What's the governor getting involved? And that's what happened to George Zimmerman. I mean, he's got to be sitting there saying, what the?
He wasn't expecting that. A little curveball.
The man has a big curveball. The Defense Department has suspended the security clearances of some of the 11 members of the military who are under investigation in a widening prostitution scandal in Colombia, Defense Secretary Leon Panetta said Monday. In addition, a member of the military attached to the White House communications is now under investigation in the scandal. I can hear her saying, no, just keep it quiet. We got to cover this up. Somebody go give her the $600 she needs or $800, whatever it is, pay her.
Do like John Edwards. Give her $1 million.
Jeez. Yeah. Hey, the Colombian prostitute didn't need $1 million. She only needed $800.
If you'd just given her the $47 up front, we wouldn't be in this debacle.
The Defense Clandestine Service is being created through a Pentagon reorganization. It's called, you know what? We got the FBI. We got the CIA. No. We need more organizations. The Defense Clandestine Service. Clandestine Service. It sounds clandestine to me. Clandestine. What a word. Clandestine. You know, all these, we don't need, you know, it's like the, what was it called? The Homeland Security. What's the FBI and CIA?
Yeah, what are you guys supposed to be doing, huh?
And I can't stand the word homeland. It sounds so Nazi-like. Deutschland über alles. That was their theme song, folks. Deutschland über alles.
The mother homeland.
That's right. Listen, an Afghan official said Representative Dana Rohrabacher, Republican in California, was barred from Afghanistan. Our soldiers can die there because of his continued criticism of the Karzai government. He was not welcome. So our soldiers can die there, but a congressman or a woman, I don't know, Dana, you never know, could be a man or a woman, like Stacey, Tracy. Oh, by the way, there's a great feel-good song. Stacey's Mom.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, can you find that? Let's play Stacey's Mom for all the young Bulldog Nation members out there listening.
Now, see, that's going to get us in trouble, because...
Do you think it'll get us in trouble?
No. It won't get us in trouble.
The video would get us in trouble, but not the song.
No, Stacey's Mom might get in trouble.
Stacey's Mom coming up, folks.
Apparently, there are quite a few Stacey's Moms running around the tri-state, you know.
If you got a little Bulldog Nation member out there that likes music... what's the name of that group, too? It's called something...
Bowling for Soup?
Knights of
Soup. Oh, I love those guys.
No. It's called Fountains of Wayne.
I think it's Bowling.
The group is called Fountains of Wayne. Stacey's Mom.
We'll find it.
All right.
When we come back, a little feel-good song for the youngsters out there, and more news that you can use. That's such a cliche. I apologize. On Real Talk 1160.
Real Talk 1160 with Mike Huckabee and the Huckabee Report coming up at 8:30 this morning on Real Talk 1160. And now back to the Bulldog.
Eric Deters, the Bulldog. Listen to this. Good advice. It's called Fort Minor. If I don't get a grandson named Thunder Rock, I'm just going to name my rock band Thunder Rock.
Hey, I like that. I got your first song.
What is it?
It's 50% H2O, 10% algae, 20% crabgrass. I'm just reading the instructions or the ingredients off the green water bottle.
Do you have a green water for us?
Well, actually, we do have a green water because we like this one.
Reincarnation Auto Body and Paint of North of Kentucky. This is Don. May I help you?
Don, it's TC Summers at Real Talk 1160. You gotta help me, man. Listen, Bulldog let me borrow his truck to go apologize to the Kentucky Bar Association. Well, I took a few cases of green water, you know, kind of as a goodwill gesture. I accidentally spilled it all along the right rear panel of Bulldog's truck. Took the paint and the logo right off. All he is now is Bull.
All right. Settle down. Bring it in, and I'll personally inspect the damage. I'm positive we can take care of it with no problem at all.
Great, Don. You are a lifesaver. Listen, I owe you one. How about if I bring you a few cases of green water? Hello?
Green water available at Quincan. And contains no sedimentifina polynuclear phosphates.
Or PCPs or volatile organic chemicals.
Exactly.
Called VOCs.
Right. No VOCs here.
Hey, it's just stagnant algae green water, but it's pure.
It won't kill you.
It's natural. There's no additives.
Better than food poisoning.
Furthermore, there's no colors.
That's right.
All right, now, we're overdoing the feel-good songs today just because I'm a slap-happy hot mess. So here we go, Fountains of Wayne. This is for all these little Bulldog Nation members out there.
And all for you Stacy's moms.
One of the best videos of all time. Can we agree on that?
Oh, no doubt.
Can we say Rachel?
Oh, Rachel Hunter.
Rachel Hunter, Rod Stewart's ex. I wonder how they got their name. Somebody fell in a fountain. They said, "Hey, Wayne, you fell in a fountain. Hey, it's car band Fountains of Wayne."
Yeah, baby.
It's a reality, folks. Boys have crushes on their buddies' moms.
I don't know. None of my buddies' moms look like Stacy's mom.
They do. They get crushes.
Yeah.
Let's face it. Even little boys know whose moms are cute and hot and which ones aren't.
That's true.
It's kind of like a badge of honor when you're a mom. You could say, "I'm a hot mom."
Well, the Warren County jury indicted a Mason woman on Monday.
Tell us about that. Tell us about. Speaking of Stacy's mom, give us a full report,
Her
TC.
name is Jennifer Algzawi, I believe is how you pronounce it. 38
Good enough
years
for
old,
me.
Was having an affair with a teen between the age of 13 and 16. Alcohol was involved.
Imagine
She's going
that.
away.
It's always the alcohol.
Yeah. And I bet you he bragged to his buddies about it.
TC, can you do me a favor? Like, even when you turn the music down, can we complete the video?
Yeah.
Just a small request.
You think maybe that when you make a music video, if there's a really hot chick, that more people will watch it?
Yeah. And who developed this? White Snake?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Put her
Tawny Katane.
Put her on the hood of a hot car.
Don't you like old cars?
I do. I
Old
love
heavy
them.
metal cars.
Oh,
My
dude.
son Parker and his buddies went down to Atlanta this weekend for an Atlanta car show.
Yeah.
And he said there were a lot of cars, and they also went to the underground. I said, "You go to the underground?" He says, "No, Dad, I'm not 21. We just went to the mall."
Oh, the mall. Well.
The mall.
You know, there's a song, I can't remember, it's something about Bring Back the Fishtail. It's something like that. I got to look and see if I can find that.
Bring back the fishtail.
Yeah.
How about this Norway killer? He wanted to prevent the Muslim takeover of Europe. This guy is a nut job.
Oh,
Well,
the
Breivik or whatever his name is. I think his name is Breivik. I don't like that guy. And you know what? Norway does not have the death penalty. You know, if there's ever you killed about, 70? 70 kids?
Yeah.
Tell me he doesn't deserve the death penalty.
So
Can
do
we
they
agree that he deserves the death penalty?
They'll just lock him up for life? Is that it?
I guess so. We were talking about Rubio before. He's after stumping with Romney on Monday, he is supposed to deliver a major speech on the future of U.S. foreign policy at an event hosted by the Brookings Institution on Wednesday. That's tomorrow. And Rubio's remarks will focus on whether U.S. global leadership is sustainable and even necessary in the 21st century. I'm going to tell you right now, you don't think for a minute that Romney was talking to Rubio as they're traveling through Pennsylvania yesterday, saying, man, I need you.
You know, I don't think Rubio's giving a speech. I think Rubio's stumping.
Exactly.
You know?
Rubio auditioning, stumping, the whole bit.
That's what he's, yeah.
And you know, Rubio is smart. And again, let's read. We've already discussed this before, but let's explain why Rubio is the best. Oh, by the way, Chris Christie yesterday, real quick before I forget, said if the New Jersey Nets wants to leave, fine. Go.
What?
Good riddance. In other words, he's not going to play the game of, ooh, please stay, please stay. Hell with you. We're not spending taxpayer dollars. I love it.
They don't go anywhere.
But anyway, Rubio, Florida, Hispanic vote.
Yeah.
Women are going to look at Rubio and say, oh, that's a nice guy. I mean, in other words, the Romney-Rubio ticket isn't going to scare the women voters like Santorum did.
Right. That does kind of hurt the Obama administration, doesn't it? You get the women, you get the Hispanic
Exactly.
vote.
He's young. He's youthful.
Yeah.
You know, in addition to that, he brings you the Tea Party without the Santorum baggage.
And without the Bush baggage.
Without the Bush baggage.
You know?
I mean, doesn't the Bush baggage. I mean, so Rubio is like the perfect VP. And I think it was, what state was? I think it was Pennsylvania. No, it was Ohio. He did better. This is incredible. Romney did better in the polls with Rubio on his ticket than Rob Portman.
Really?
I mean, and you know what? I don't care. You know, Rubio seems like a team player. And by the way, he's been very smart. Saying, I don't want it. That makes him all the more attractive.
Right.
You don't want it. But Romney's going to ask him. He says, man, your country needs you. He's going to play that card.
Yeah.
He says, we can't beat this guy without you. You're that important. You're going to deliver Florida to us. You're going to deliver the Hispanic vote to us. Plus, Romney's dad was born in Mexico. You know, he's got roots.
Was he really?
Romney's grandfather was Mexico. Well, was a Mexican. So, I mean, I just think it's got to happen.
Yeah. That sounds like a good ticket.
Oh,
That sounds like a good
It's
ticket.
a great ticket. And those people that think, oh, he can't win. I think people are waking up. You know, Obama, you know, he's going to have to, like, catch all kinds of breaks. Like, the economy's going to have to flourish, all this stuff. Because if it doesn't, no president with an unemployment number above 8 has ever won re-election. I mean, it's just tough to – now, granted, there could be firsts. Like, Romney didn't win South Carolina, and he's won the GOP nomination.
Now, let me ask you something. In a perfect economy, where would you think the unemployment rate should be?
5%.
Okay.
A real 5%.
Do you think we'll ever get back there, given the fact that so many companies are getting
No.
Thank you. Okay.
No.
All right.
Hate to say it, no.
I don't think so either.
There's one way we can, in my humble opinion. And maybe I spoke too quick. My dad and I had this conversation a year ago, and I felt like a prophet because this was before everything going on in North Dakota with the oil stuff. I said, Dad, the one industry that can bring us back jobs is domestic energy across the board.
Yeah.
When we come back, more Radio Superbity on Real Talk 1160. Eric Deters, the Bulldog on Real Talk 1160. Bulldog Nation member Steve says he's got a bumper sticker for 2012. The only thing he can run is his mouth. Obama.
Oh.
Hey, how about California in November?
California?
They're going to vote to whether or not to keep the death penalty or have the death penalty. Wouldn't it be funny if somebody tricked Charlie Manson into doing a campaign commercial in support of the death penalty? Look at me! Look what I've done!
Me.
Look at my forehead! I'm Exhibit A! We need the death penalty! I've
Californians?
been wasting all these years in here! I could be dead already!
You're feeding me.
I could be helping Satan and Lucifer in hell!
Hell's afraid of him. They don't want him.
You know what?
I'm nervous about that guy.
Once again, death penalty, Charlie Manson, Exhibit A, why it's necessary. I mean, you got to have the death penalty.
Well, because if he's crazy, then he can't help himself. Well.
We brought up energy. Before we get back to the energy thing, another thing I don't want to forget, Social Security, which pays retirement and disability benefits to only 56 million Americans, will exhaust its reserves by 2033. 3 years sooner than they don't even have any reserves.
You and I are not going to be able to retire.
Because they didn't put it in a lockbox. If they would have put it in a lockbox, we would have it.
It's in the glove compartment.
That's one of my all-time favorite. Did you find old-time hockey yet?
I looked. I could find every other clip but the one you wanted.
I just want to let you know that TC is a wonderful producer, so I know by tomorrow he will find old-time hockey.
Am I on the spot? How about that energy thing we were talking about? Huh?
There is a campaign slogan for Mitt Romney and Rubio. What's it going to do? It symbolizes everything we need to bring back in America. Bumper stickers that just say, Romney Rubio, old-time hockey.
R&R.
I can't get that out of my head. Now, I got to ask you a question, TC. When I get this hockey jersey made, should I just do a Chiefs jersey with Bulldog on the back or the Bulldog logo on the front and Bulldog on the back? I think I might have to go Chiefs.
Yeah, go Chiefs.
I got to go Chiefs. I want to be part of the Hanson brothers.
Exactly.
I want to be on the same team.
Man, those guys were some beat-up-looking dudes, weren't they?
Now, energy. Again, I had a conversation with my dad about a year ago, like, where do you find jobs? And I said, Dad, it's energy. I said, can you imagine the direct jobs? And then the other thing, construction industry. You got to look. This is just my opinion. I know these guys. I know they used to come into Bulldogs all the time. I represent them. The construction guys. I'm talking about people that know how to use a hammer, drywallers, painters, you name them. Anybody they have skills that I don't have, and they're good with their hands, all right? These are the type of individuals that can find work and do the work in the energy sector. Can you imagine, TC, the number of jobs if we focused on natural gas, which we have an abundant supply of for cars. Yeah. The heck with the battery-operated cars. Let's get natural gas cars flying out of here. And we drilled in Anwar. We drilled offshore. We continued what we're doing with the shale oil in North Dakota and every place else. We started thinking about where can we build nuclear power plants safe to take care of the cities. Yeah. We take care of coal. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen of the American jury in our listening audience, in Ohio, where there's coal, Kentucky, lots of coal, West Virginia, coal, your president said he will bankrupt the coal industry. And he's working on it. But we have coal. We can have nuclear. If we would embrace, and I think if the Republicans can take the Senate, keep the House, and elect the president, I think you're going to see an economic boom because I think they're going to embrace domestic independence of energy. Let's get her done. Let's do it all. And there would be an explosion. I mean, an explosion of jobs. And not only jobs, the beginning of energy dependency from OPEC in the Middle East. And then you have the collateral jobs. What's the collateral jobs? You know what I'm talking about. Railroads, trucks that got to haul stuff and supplies, restaurants, foods, bars, lawyers to sue people when they get hurt on the job. I mean, it's doctors to take care of them when they get hurt on a job. I mean, it is an incredible economy. And guess what, folks? Guess what? The green ain't working. And by the way, I support green jobs, private money. Let's stop the government subsidizing green jobs that are failures. Are you kidding me? I mean, so let's do it all. Let's do the windmills. Let's do everything. And we could get employment rocking in this country again.
Yeah. And then when the Middle East calls, we don't return their phone calls.
Exactly. How cool would it be? I mean, just think about it. How cool would it be to not care as much what the hell's going on over there?
Tell them we'll call them back.
Oh, you're going to
take a message.
You're going to close that Strait of Hormuz? Oh, okay, fine.
We don't care.
We don't care.
We don't care.
Close it.
Have fun with the third world life.
Have fun with the third world life. That is great stuff.
Because then when we start booming again, everybody's coming back here.
Exactly.
However, but you know the one thing, and this bugs me. My best friend is, he's a tree hugger. Okay, he is. He's an environmentalist, and I tell him all the time, dude, if I can get cheaper gas, I don't care what animal has to die. I'm sorry. I'm paying too much for gas. It's cutting into my
exactly
food budget, everything else, my entertainment.
And look what that does to all those 99%ers. What it will do to oil price, gas price, it all comes falling down.
Those 99%ers would get jobs.
I mean, good.
But you know one thing?
It is so simple, TC. It is so logical. It drives me nuts.
However,
Go ahead. Do me however.
However, I do not think that America will vote for a Republican Washington. We won't have Republican
They like
administration.
split government.
Yeah. America's afraid of that.
They like. Well, you know what? The Republicans, when Bush was first elected, they had it all.
Yeah.
And they blew it.
They did. And then
The Democrats, when Obama got
first
it,
2
had
years,
it all. And they blew it.
Yeah. And everybody said, oh, my gosh, look at this.
There's an old saying that I like to use in negotiations. It's one of the biggest mistakes in negotiation is you overplay your cards. Like Coriolanus overplayed his cards making peace with Rome.
Right.
And he got stabbed to death.
That's what happens.
Man, you should have seen the beginning of this movie with Ralph Fiennes dressed up in his military garb. Like you see in the news, and he's fighting Gerard Butler and his gang. Holy cow, man. It was some neat fight scenes. And then they meet up. Get this. They put down their guns. This is no kidding. They meet in this building, okay?
Yeah.
Like, each of them got like 10 of their guys with them. Mm-hmm. They're looking at each other. Gerard Butler looking at Ralph Fiennes. By the way, Ralph Fiennes is all beefed up for this movie. They look at each other. They lay down their knives. They take off their stuff, their equipment. They take off all their coats. They strip down to their bare clothes. Then they pick up their knives and have a knife fight.
Whoa.
Old-time hockey. Man to man.
Old-time knife fight.
Just like in that movie Troy. I love the movie Troy in the beginning when they're going to have those two armies clash. Yeah. And they decide to say, well, we'll take your biggest guy and our biggest guys. And Achilles comes out and starts running and jumps. And have you ever done the jump stab technique?
No,
very effective
I've not
technique.
had a chance to use it yet.
The jump stab technique works every time.
It does.
But anyway, the future's energy. And let me tell you something, too, folks, about energy. These jets, that fly in the air in aviation, these big semi-trucks, let me tell you something. Fuel oil, and diesel fuel, we need them still, folks. We're not going to run diesel trucks and airplanes on green energy. Ooh, let's put a power pack in that airplane.
Diesel's not cheap anymore
It's
either.
not going to happen. We need that. And do you realize there hasn't been like a new refinery built in this country forever? By the way, that's another thing that would happen. With some little deregulation of some of this, we can do it. And I think it is irresponsible. Because guess what, folks? How many people have died from a nuclear accident in this country? None. 3 Mile Island, guess what? No one died. Yeah. What we need, I mean, it is incredible. Cincinnati's like the 33rd largest city in the country, 33rd, I think. Why do we not take the top 50 cities in this country and have on the outlying part of their town, and let's face it, they build these things for earthquakes. Let's build them to where they can withstand a number 10 earthquake, the highest earthquake you can have, whatever the hell number it is. Let's have these built to withstand a number 10 earthquake. And guess what? Let's have a nuclear power plant for every major city to supply the energy to light that city.
That's not a bad idea.
The electricity for that city. Can you imagine the jobs created in that? You're going to need lots of concrete, guys.
Yeah.
Baker Concrete supports the Bulldog Nation plan.
Now, here's another idea. If you can find an area geographically, away from the fault line or whatever, why not build those nuclear power plants in the poorest cities in America?
That's all right with me, too. Oakland.
Build up there.
You don't think Oakland? Oakland has got a tough economy. You don't think Oakland, of course, oh, no, it's near San Francisco. Nancy Pelosi, same difference. I don't like her.
We can blame her for everything.
When we come back, no more fountains of Wayne, just fountains of truth on Real Talk 1160.
And coming up at 9 o'clock, it's Laura Ingraham. You don't want to miss our show. If you're not going to be near the radio, get the TuneIn Radio app free on your iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android. You can listen to Real Talk 1160 24 hours a day. Right now, let's get back to the Bulldog.
Eric Deters, the Bulldog on Real Talk 1160. The radio addiction following radio superbity. You got to love it. TC, we didn't mention the birthdays earlier. We have 4 worth mentioning. Kelly Clarkson is 30. She was the first Teen Idol winner, right?
Yeah, she was the first American Idol winner, yeah.
Cedric the Entertainer, 48.
Funny guy.
Barbara Streisand, Babs, 70. Shirley MacLaine, crazy lady, but good actress, 78.
In this life, 78.
The sister of Warren Buffett.
Yeah. He doesn't like to tell people that, does he?
Yeah. You don't see Warren Buffett around too often, do you?
Yeah.
He's settled down. He was finally tamed.
Beatty.
Warren Beatty, yeah. Warren Buffett. What am I talking about?
Boy, he's my brother. Yeah, I'm related to Warren Buffett.
Warren Beatty, Warren Buffett. There's a little difference.
Your Freudian slip was showing right there.
You have some news about Liz Taylor and
Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan. What is how can you use it? Lindsay Lohan and Liz Taylor in the same story.
Well, Lifetime says they have confirmed Lindsay Lohan will be taking the role of Elizabeth Taylor in the biopic Liz and Dick, a TV movie that will focus on the star's on-again, off-again romance with Richard Burton. You know, they had to give Liz top billing in the title.
Yes.
They couldn't say it the other way.
Yes. I agree. You know what? That was a volatile relationship.
Yeah.
You know, there's a thin line between love and hate.
I know.
Passion sometimes spins out of control.
But they loved each other.
Didn't they do Streetcar Desire together?
Stella. That was Marlon
Brando. That's right, Marlon Brando. They did Cleopatra. Did they meet on Cleopatra's set?
Nah, you got me on that.
Is that the set that they met on?
We'll find out. We'll find out in this
Mark
movie.
Anthony was second fiddle to Julius Caesar.
Yeah.
He didn't mind. You know, they say Cleopatra was actually ugly.
Really?
But she was smart and charming.
And rich.
You know, you can be ugly and smart and charming.
And rich.
And rich. Just queen of Egypt, that's all.
That's right. Yeah, it doesn't matter how she looks.
What's it like to be a queen or a king of an entire country? I know what it's like to be the head of a nation without geographical borders.
You have a never-ending to-do list. Oh, got to conquer that other little country today. I forgot all about that.
Everybody knows, and this was a sad story about, Lanny Holbrook, who was a lawyer around town and philanthropist, donated to Thomas More College, the Holbrook Center, and lots of things. And fell on tough times and died. There's actually an auction May 11th, I think, at his former house in the country out in Boone County. And there was a story yesterday in the Enquirer that there was an inability in McCully High School to gain the $500,000. They donated like $70,000, but he still owes $40,000 on a pledge. You know, I don't think you should pledge unless you just write the check. It's almost like, why even make the pledge? Because you don't know what circumstances are going to change.
Right. Sounds good at first.
And they used to always ignore these things, but now there's lawsuits over pledges. It's like your local high school calls you up and says, okay, I'll pledge $50 to you, and you don't pay it. They're going to sue you in small claims court. Deters, you pledge $50. If you don't pay it, we're going to sue you.
There was a story I saw in the Enquirer yesterday, I believe. Was it a school that got a donation and they were supposed to name something after?
That's McCullough High School.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
They're supposed to call it the Holbrook building or whatever.
It was like $500,000. Was that or something like? Was that how much money?
Yeah,
it was?
$500,000.
I mean, that's incredible.
And the one woman, I guess the principal, whatever, saying she can lose her job over not getting that money. Well, too bad. Good luck with that. Stand in line trying to collect.
Now, how's she going to lose her job?
Because they borrowed money expecting that money.
Oh. That was an error.
You know what's that? I hate to see some people relish in it. I don't like to see when the great fall.
Let's have a bailout for McCullough High School.
Yes, a bailout. Somebody at McCullough High School needs to call Barack Obama or Joe Biden and say, we have secured a good target for a buyout for you.
Some kind of TARP program.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. McCullough High School pledge bailouts. Heck, we only owe $1 trillion in student loans, TC, just $1 trillion.
Yeah, we might as add Lakota schools in there, get them bailed out, Boone County.
Did you hear the latest of the how about that story? Sean Alexander went to Boone County High School, and several years back, he wanted to donate to Boone County, a public school, a new turf field, which they could use it because they got an all-grass field, and it gets muddy in the wintertime. Boone County Board of Education said, no, unless you're going to do it for everybody, we can't accept that for Boone County High School.
That was a reason?
What a crock, because guess what? The Borland family gave which I support, they gave Ryle High School a turf field.
Yeah.
Connor and Boone still have grass because they wouldn't accept. If I was Sean Alexander, I'd say, take down my trophies, take down my jersey. How do you turn down to the Boone County football players and the students a free turf field? Because if you're not going to do it for Connor and Route 2, we're not going to take, or Cooper, we're not going to do it.
Well, I don't agree with their reasoning, but I don't know. AstroTurf is kind of rough. I think a lot of guys like playing on natural grass.
No, it's not. Actually, this is new stuff. Trust me. It's not like AstroTurf. It's like synthetic grass.
Oh.
They have it at Simon Kenton when Parker got to play on it for 3 years. It's incredible.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You know, it can rain. It's still nice. It snows. Still nice. No mud. It's made out of rubber. It's got rubber. I mean, it's awesome.
Because, a lot of baseball players do not like that, especially, back in the day. They said that was the main cause of injuries.
TC, we mentioned briefly this Colombian Secret Service issue.
Yeah.
Guess what? Apparently, one of these women were at the same hotel as the Barack Obama hotel. Now, not involved with Barack Obama. We don't want to start that scandal. But there was some shenanigans still at the same hotel.
Uh-huh.
I'm still waiting for the shoe to drop where they find out that this happened all the time when they traveled.
I wouldn't be surprised.
There's a picture in the Drudge Report. Where is Mrs. Putin? Now, this is interesting because I didn't know Putin was married. I thought Putin was a single guy. You never see Mrs. Putin.
Never really thought about it, to be
And
honest.
I'm looking at this picture and I'm thinking, whoa, maybe he doesn't want to be seen with
There's
her.
a reason.
No offense. But if you're the head of Russia, do you get to banish your wife if she fights? If you give me some back talk, I send you to Siberia. You shall be in Siberia. So maybe Mrs. Putin's in Siberia because doesn't he hang out with hot Russian models? He's as bad as John Edwards.
Yeah. He's just not covering it up.
And that's still funny. The National Enquirer's the one that busted him. Everybody National Enquirer, they're lying. We know that's not true. National Enquirer gets the story.
A lot of times they get the story before the mainstream media gets the story.
Another NFL football player, God love him, his name is Easterling, former NFL player in his 60s, killed himself. He had that punch-drunk problem with all those concussions. He was one of the players that had sued the NFL. Sad, sad, sad. Picture in the Drudge Report. He's looking like a handsome dude.
That's the second guy, isn't it?
Yep.
Committed suicide?
Yep.
That is really... They need to look into that,
Yep. TC, do you have any parting words for the Bulldog Nation, the ladies and gentlemen of the American jury?
I would say enjoy this beautiful weather.
I agree, too.
Is it sunny? Yeah, it's sunny. It's sunny.
Little windy and cold, but it was nice.
Tomorrow we're going to talk about the results. We said make a wager. Will Newt be in the race tomorrow, or will there be an announcement?
Newt is gone.
Yeah. Can't wait for that announcement.
Now they have this issue about, there's an expectation. Will Romney really, win by the percentages he should? Yes, he will. Romney's going to clean up. Rubio and Romney, they're going to win Pennsylvania. They're going to win Delaware. They're going to win New York. They're going to win them all.
And then they're going to get to the convention, and Mr. Newt's going to pull out a picture, an incriminating photo with Mitt Romney and say, ladies and gentlemen, and that's going to do it. You watch. He's got a secret weapon.
I hope not. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I hope today and tomorrow is yours on Real Talk 1160.